Interest rates are rising again, and if you've got a mortgage, you are already feeling it. The banks wasted no time passing this one on. Every rate hike means more money going to the bank and less money in your pocket. But here's the thing most people actually do not realize. You are not powerless in this environment. In fact, right here, right now, there are simple strategies you can use to effectively give yourself your own interest rate cut. We're talking about saving thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, and all without waiting for the Reserve Bank of Australia to finally decide it's time to lower rates again. Hey guys, Scott here. Now in this video, I'm going to break down for you what rising interest rates are actually doing to your mortgage. What is the impact? We'll also cover the simple strategies you can use to fight back and the big mistake that's costing Australians a fortune right now. You need that information. So let's get into it. Let's start with what's actually happening right now. So the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, has just lifted the cash rate to 4.35%. And after 3 consecutive hikes this year, mortgage holders are being hit hard. Because if you're on a variable rate with your home loan, your bank will have passed on the full 0.25% rate hike almost immediately. According to analysis from Canstar, on a $600,000 mortgage, repayments are up around about $272 a month when you factor in the 3 rate hikes we've seen so far in 2026. Now, on a $1 million mortgage, repayments are up about $453 extra dollars every single month. Nothing to sneeze at. That's a big whack to the household budget. That's thousands of dollars a year absolutely gone. Thousands of dollars you probably had allocated at the start of 2026 when the economic climate wasn't so grim for something else, a holiday, a new car, a bathroom renovation, the kids' school fees, or even a small nest egg for your future. And here's the kicker. Some economists are tipping there could be more rate hikes to come. So the pressure isn't going to go away anytime soon. Now here's the biggest mistake borrowers make in this environment. They do absolutely nothing. Nada. Nil. Sweet FA. They just accept that's the way things are when they get that dreaded email, letter, or message from the bank informing them their mortgage rate has gone up. They absorb the high repayments and they assume there's nothing they can do about it. Now, before you sort of say, well, that's not me, I can tell you right now that this inertia, this whole thing of doing nothing, this whole procrastination, banks are making billions and billions of dollars because the majority of Aussies literally do nothing. Well, I'm here to tell you this is dead wrong, because right now your bank is relying on something called inertia, or what experts call the loyalty tax. You stay with your bank and you pay more, but if you switch, you stand to save. Yeah, they call it a loyalty tax, but it's almost like a procrastination tax. Look, we're very busy in our lives, and they say it takes 5 minutes to make this change and call the bank up, but the bank's going to keep you on hold for 45 minutes. That's the reality. You see, banks aren't stupid. Like insurance companies, telcos, and other providers, they know that people are time poor and stressed. Or they figure people are lazy and fatalistic and just couldn't be asked spending the time looking around for a better deal. And it's absolutely true. But what if a better deal could save you tens of thousands of dollars? Would you be interested then? So let's talk about the easiest first win that you need to do right now. Refinancing or simply renegotiating your existing loan. Financial planners and analysts are all saying the same thing. Call the bank now. You don't need to submit new paperwork. You just threaten them that you're going to leave. And most of the time, on average, they're going to cut your interest rate by 0.5%. 0.5%. That's actually equal to 2 rate cuts simply by making a phone call. And yeah, it might take you 45 minutes, put it on speakerphone, make the call, get the job done, save you and the family some money. Now, according to Canstar, a borrower stuck on a rate of around 7% could refinance closer to 5%, and that could save them $11,000 in just 2 years. Think about that, 11 grand, just for making a few phone calls. That's actually not bad. But here's the trick, don't go in blind. Speak to a broker first, get a competing offer, then go back to your bank and ask for a mortgage discharge authority form. That's when they'll put you on hold and a specialist from the retention or customer save team will pick up the phone. If you go into the bank branch, the elusive manager might suddenly be available to see you. These people are specialists at trying to pacify and keep pissed off customers who have realized they're being absolutely ripped off. They also have quite a bit of discretion to offer you a much better deal. Some are also heavily incentivized through pay bonuses to keep as many customers as possible. It's in their interest to make you stay. You'll find when you have the leverage of a better offer, that's when the bank that's treated you like a doormat for years will suddenly become extremely interested in your concerns and keeping you as a customer. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful and most underused banking tools in Australia, offset accounts. This is where things get really interesting because an offset account doesn't reduce your interest rate, but it reduces the amount of your loan that interest is charged on. So if you've got a $600,000 mortgage and $50,000 sitting in an offset account, you're only paying interest on $550,000. The same loan with less interest. Now here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They leave money sitting in a normal savings account, doing nothing and earning minimal interest while paying 6 or 7% on their mortgage. That's absolute madness. Every dollar you have should be working to reduce your home loan. So get that offset account set up. Make sure that it is actually linked because there have been a lot of cases where banks have not linked them. Now let's get practical because some of the biggest savings come from absolutely small changes that you can make. Timing does matter. Let's say you get a bill on the 1st of the month and it's due on the 21st. Most people will pay it straight away just to get it out of the way. But if you've got an offset account, that money could sit there for another 20 days until the date that bill is due. All the time reducing the interest you'll pay on your home loan. Same bill, same outcome, less interest paid. Now let's take this one step further. Use a credit card strategically. Pay the bill on your credit card on the day it's due. Then, depending on your credit card and where in the billing cycle you paid that bill, you could have an interest-free period of anywhere between 40 and 55 days, meaning you've got that cash for 40 to 55 days. That cash can sit in your offset account and reduce the amount of interest that you pay. Just make sure you pay your credit card in full before the interest-free period ends. You can set that up automatically. But that little maneuver you just pulled means the money earmarked for that bill stays in your offset account for 50, 60, or even 70 days. That's how you manufacture your own interest rate cut. It's not magic, it's not rocket science, it's just using the system to your advantage. Most of the clients I've sat with over the past 17 years can literally save $5,000 to $20,000 a year by making some changes to how they manage money. Here's another big one. Take note. Make extra repayments if possible, even small amounts, because every extra dollar you put into your loan does two things. It reduces your loan balance and it reduces the interest charged on that balance. Over time, that compounds massively. We are talking years off your loan and tens of thousands of dollars in interest saved. Now, if you're worried about rates continuing to rise, there's another option, so-called split loans. Part fixed, part variable. That gives you some certainty and some flexibility. You're not fully exposed to rate hikes when they happen, but you can still benefit if rates fall. I don't typically recommend them, but if you're one of those people that get absolutely stressed out, and if 2 rate increases will literally sink you, I think that possibly you could think about fixing your rate. It's more for psychological reasons, and if 2 rate rises will actually sink you, maybe you actually start thinking about that. But you have to remember, banks in Australia have a rule, a legal rule, where they must add 3% to the interest rate that you're paying and ask the question before loaning you the funds, can you afford an interest rate 3% than the interest rate that you have now? It's called the 3% buffer. So most Australians actually can afford up to a 3% increase to their interest rate. I'm not saying that they'll like it. I'm not saying that life won't be tough, but they can actually absorb it. Now let's talk about the danger zone, because if you're really struggling, banks will offer relief options. Things like interest-only repayments or extending your loan term. And yes, they can reduce repayments in the short term. For example, switching a $600,000 loan to interest only for 2 years could cut repayments by around $400 a month. It sounds great, but here's the catch. That one move costs you more than $30,000 extra in interest over time. Extend your loan by 5 years, or you might save a couple of $100 a month, but end up paying an extra $100,000 or more in interest over the life of the loan. So yes, these options absolutely help in a crisis. They definitely help you in terms of your cash flow, but you don't want that additional cash flow just to blow on ridiculous lifestyle. Only do those if you actually need to do them to survive. So when you zoom out, this is what's really going on. Interest rates are higher. Costs are rising and households are under pressure. But at the same time, there's a massive gap between people who actively manage their mortgage and people who don't. And that gap can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, I should stress that I am not offering financial advice here. These are just some general tips and tricks that you can try to help you to deal with an environment of higher interest rates and a higher cost of living. If you're in genuine need of financial help, get some professional advice, seek out your advisors, get a properly tailored plan to you and your individual circumstances. So I want to hear about you. Have you checked your mortgage rate recently? Are you using an offset account correctly? Or are you just letting the bank take more every single month? Because in this environment, the biggest risk isn't just rising rates, it's absolutely doing nothing and allowing inertia and procrastination to eat away at your financial future. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this video useful, hit like and subscribe because I break down what's really happening in the economy, global economy, the Aussie economy, government policy, and the property market, your money and your financial future every single day so that you can make smart, wise decisions for the people that you love and you care about. I'll see you guys at the next video.